Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Buckle up because today we're doing something seriously exciting. I've got early access to one of the most hyped image models of the year, Nano Banana Pro from Higgsfield AI. Yes, the name is absolutely ridiculous, but trust me, the tech behind it is anything but. If you've been anywhere near AI Twitter, Reddit, or Discord in the last 48 hours, you've seen the screenshots blowing up. People are calling this the first true reasoning image engine. And for once, the hype might actually be justified. This isn't just another fine-tuned diffusion model. It's built on top of Google's brand new Gemini 3 Pro reasoning backbone, which means it supposedly understands physics, materials, lighting, and, most importantly, actual text like no image model has ever done before. So today I'm spending my entire first day with Nano Banana Pro, pushing it as hard as I can with real-world tests that normally destroy AI generators. We're talking perfect text on signs, consistent characters across wildly different scenes, insane 4K detail you can zoom into forever, and a bunch of evil little traps I love throwing at these models. Let's dive in and see if this thing is the real deal or just another banana-flavored mirage. All right, first impressions the moment you log into Higgsfield. The interface is clean, super fast, and right at the top of the model dropdown is the shiny new Nano Banana Pro Gemini 3 Pro option. You can literally feel the power increase the second you select it. The credit cost per image is higher than the older models, but honestly, after the first generation, I already stopped caring. Let's start easy and warm it up with a classic portrait test. I'm typing a young woman with freckles standing in dramatic golden hour sunlight coming through a dusty attic window, cinematic lighting, hyper realistic 4K, hit generate, and holy cow. Less than 15 seconds later, the image pops up in full native 4K. Zoom in on the skin, no waxy plastic sheen, no weird melted pores like you get with SDXL or even Flux sometimes. The subsurface scattering is actually believable. The light wraps around her cheekbones exactly how it should. The dust particles in the sunbeam? Sharp enough that you can see individual motes. This is the kind of baseline quality that used to require heavy upscaling and Photoshop touch-ups. It's just there, straight out of the model. Okay, warm-up complete. Time for the test everyone's been screaming about, text rendering. If you've used AI art for more than 5 minutes, you know the pain. AI treats letters like abstract spaghetti. It guesses shapes, not spelling. So let's be cruel. Prompt: a gritty cyberpunk movie poster for a film called Neon Future: The City Never Sleeps. Big bold title at the top in futuristic chrome lettering, subtitle underneath in smaller white text, a couple of fake actor names at the bottom, and a glowing Coming 2026 stamp in the corner. Generate, and I kid you not, I actually said no way out loud. The title reads perfectly, Neonfuture. The kerning is on point, the chrome reflections are consistent with the neon lights in the background. The subtitle is crystal clear. Even the tiny actor names at the bottom are spelled correctly and styled like real credits. I zoomed in 800%. Still perfectly sharp, no gibberish, no melted letters. This is actually sorcery. For fun, I pushed it further. A close-up of a vintage diner menu board that says today's special quantum cheeseburger, $9.99 with handwritten style chalk lettering. Result? Every letter is correct. The chalk texture is imperfect in a realistic way. There's even subtle smudging where someone supposedly erased yesterday's special. I'm genuinely speechless. If you're a motion designer, graphic designer, or anyone who's ever cried over AI mangling text, this alone is worth the price of admission. Next up, character consistency, the eternal Achilles heel of image models. Higgsfield has been hyping something they call identity anchors. So I took the woman from the attic portrait, saved her as a reference, and prompted, the exact same woman now sitting in a cozy modern coffee shop at night, warm interior lighting, rain on the window behind her, holding a latte, same facial features and freckles, side-by-side comparison time. The bone structure? Identical. The exact pattern of freckles across her nose? Still there. Eye color, eyebrow shape, Even the tiny scar on her cheek that the model invented in the first image, it carried over perfectly. The lighting is completely different, warm tungsten versus golden hour, but her face didn't morph or regenerate. This level of likeness lock is something I've only seen in dedicated character consistency tools that take 10 minutes per image. Nano.
Banana Pro does it in seconds. I got greedy and tried a third scene. Same woman running through a neon-lit Tokyo alley at night. Cyberpunk aesthetic. Motion blur. Rain. Dramatic rim lighting. Again, same face. Same freckles. Same soul. This is storyboard heaven. Comic artists. Indie filmmakers. Game devs. Your prayers have been answered. Now let's talk resolution and detail obsession, because this thing outputs native 4K like it's nothing. I wanted to be evil, so I prompted. An extremely cluttered mad scientist's desk, hundreds of tiny objects, old books, circuit boards, glowing vials, handwritten notes, coffee stains, mechanical parts, a half-eaten sandwich, dust and cobwebs, cinematic lighting from a desk lamp. Generation complete. I start zooming and zooming and zooming. At 400%, I can read the fake Latin scribbled on the notes. The reflections in a tiny glass beaker match the exact angle of the desk lamp. Every screw on every circuit board is individually rendered. The bread texture on the sandwich has realistic crumbs. I spent a solid 5 minutes just panning around this image like it was a 3D scene. This isn't good for AI. This is just good. Period. One more torture test before I give my final verdict. I asked for a close-up of a street sign in Paris that clearly reads Rue de la Crêpe Perdue, with realistic wear and tear, moss in the letters, soft evening light, perfect spelling, perfect French accents on the E's, moss growing realistically in the engraved parts. I'm running out of ways to break this thing. So here's the final takeaway after an entire day hammering Nano Banana Pro. Yes, the name is still the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but this might genuinely be the biggest leap in consumer image generation we've seen all year. The combination of Gemini 3 Pro's reasoning plus whatever black magic Higgsfield layered on top has produced something that doesn't just make pretty pictures. It understands the world in a way no diffusion model ever has. Text rendering, solved. Character consistency, basically solved. Native 4K detail that holds up under a microscope, solved. If you do any kind of professional creative work, concept art, storyboarding, advertising mock-ups, social media assets, book covers, this is an instant must-have tool. I'm leaving a link down below so you can jump in and try Nano Banana Pro for yourself. And yes, they gave me a referral, full transparency. Let me know in the comments what insane prompts you want me to throw at it next, because I am absolutely not done playing with this thing. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications because part 2 is coming as soon as I figure out how to break it, if that's even possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.